Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is my bottom review. Obviously, all the fights took place obviously early in the morning, and obviously one fight took place around 6 p.m. our UK time. So let's get started with it then, with Nontshinga getting his revenge on Agent Curiel in anticipated rematch with a 10-round stoppage to retain the IBF World Light Flyweight title, in which was a much better performance from Nontshinga that he showed in the first fight, where he got knocked out in the second round by Curiel. I think it was a fight of two halves from what I saw. I thought Curiel probably had most of the joy in the first half of the fight. Nontshinga did win rounds in the first half of the fight, but I thought Curiel had the joy in the first half. But then the second half, where Curiel started to get tired, I was worried about Nontshinga's game plan about being on the ropes. He was on the ropes, Nontshinga. I was worried about that. But it seemed to tired out Curiel towards the second half of the fight. From round 7 onwards, Nontshinga turned the screw, and the fight in his favour, as Curiel got tired, and Nontshinga pounced on it and took revenge, and got his revenge for this fight to regain the IBF World Light Flyweight title. A statement performance from Nontshinga. It was a proper statement, because if he would have lost, he would have nowhere to go, because he has dreams of becoming undisputed in the light flyweight division, and unifying the division as well. So it was a statement win from Nontshinga, absolute statement win, and one I didn't see coming. One I did not see coming. I honestly thought Curiel would just be tough to beat, and it was looking to be that way, to be tough to beat, until Nontshinga turned the screw from round 7 onwards to get the round 10 stoppage win. So a brilliant win for Nontshinga. What next for Nontshinga? Could it be Sonny Edwards? I even think Sonny Edwards versus Agent Curiel will be a good fight. But Sonny Edwards versus Nontshinga has been talked about, as Sonny Edwards wants to try and become a two-time champion, a two-time division champion. Sonny Edwards. I mean, does he want to drop back down to light flyweight? I don't know, but certainly it did fight Sonny Edwards and Nontshinga. Now we move on to, did the knockdown in the last round retain Ashati Fox's title against the dangerous Abraham Nova? I think it did. I personally think it did. Because I think the last fight was Ashati Fox. I actually think he was. I think I had it tied going into the final round between him and Abraham Nova. Ashati Fox was fighting a lot on the inside, which suited Abraham Nova, in my opinion, which I said in my preview. But that final round, once again, saved Ashati Fox. Obviously, it wasn't like the Rocky Hernandez last time, where he stopped Hernandez. But the knockdown on Abraham Nova, for me, seems to have saved Ashati Fox. Seems to have retained the title for Ashati Fox for me, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, he's a cross fighter, isn't he? He is a cross fighter, Ashati Fox. It's what he does. It's what champions do. They always find a way at that final round. A very good test for Foster as well against that dangerous Abraham Nova, in my opinion. A very close fight, but Ashati Foster, obviously, the final round won it for him, in my opinion. The final round won it for Ashati Foster. And what next for Ashati Foster? I mean, I think he has to unify now, doesn't he? I think he has to unify now. Maybe Yamar Waltz, maybe Manu Navarrete, maybe one of them fights. Even Eduardo Núñez, who we can talk about in a minute, he's in that conversation now. So Ashati Foster with a trust performance in the final round, once again, relying on the final round to save him, in my opinion. That's how I saw it. But Up next, underwhelming Marissa Lara. He was underwhelming. Estates with a draw, then Daniel Lugo in the tour feature to Curiel Nontshinga. Obviously Marissa Lara obviously coming back at super featherweight. First fight at super featherweight, and for me, Daniel Lugo was robbed, in my opinion. He was robbed big time. Because I didn't give Marissa Lara more than 3 rounds, in my opinion, in that fight, in a 10-round contest. I had it 7-3 in Lugo's favour. I don't know what was wrong with Marissa Lara. I think Marissa Lara has made good excuses though. The inactivity, he looked heavy. He even said that as well. He looked heavy as well. He looked studded. He looked studded, with some punches as well. Marissa Lara. And Daniel Lugo, for me, won rounds in the war, in my opinion. And he was the better fighter in that fight, Daniel Lugo. And Marissa Lara, who's obviously tired in that, obviously trilogy with Josh Warrington, at the moment, Josh Warrington be thinking, you know what, I'll fancy my chances in the trilogy after watching that. But I think the next fight needs to be a rematch between these two. It needs to be a rematch. Daniel Lugo deserves that rematch. I don't even think Daniel Lugo deserves a rematch. I think Daniel Lugo deserves the win for me. Because I think he comfortably beat Marissa Lara, in my opinion, in that fight. And Marissa Lara was so underwhelming. He's way off it. He was way off it. He was studded as well. So Daniel Lugo should feel robbed, in my opinion. And I think that's going to be the next step for me. And there will be a rematch between the two of them. And finally, Eduardo Núñez overwhelms Shavkat Rakhimov and stops Rakhimov in round 11. So I was close with that. I said round 9 stoppers for Núñez. As Núñez becomes mandatory for the winner of Joe Cordina or Anthony Tatate, which obviously will take place at some point. I think he'll be on 18th of May if through use it does go ahead. And yeah, for me, what a performance from Eduardo Núñez. What a performance. What a performance from Eduardo Núñez, who you see on the bottom right of your screen. I think he won. I had Eduardo Núñez 6-4 up, personally, going into the 11th round. And obviously, he won the 11th round with the stoppage. It was a great fight. Rakhimov, it was a clash of styles. Rakhimov's more bottom move, isn't he? But Eduardo Núñez, for me, had most of the joy in that fight, cutting off the win. Rakhimov just couldn't get out there. Enough with his bottom move stance. Rakhimov. And brutal body shots from Núñez. Brutal body shots and brutal shots on Rakhimov. I mean, Núñez for me is one of the biggest hitters in the super featherweight division for me, and he totally overwhelmed Rakhimov. Because you see, when you go into them championship rounds, Rakhimov, he's just shattered. He was screaming heavy. And Núñez showing why he's one of the biggest hitters in that super featherweight division, and showed why the guys of Joe Cordina. I don't think Joe Cordina will fancy being in against Núñez, in my opinion, because I think Núñez will cause a lot of problems to Joe Cordina, in my opinion, if they were to fight, or even Anthony Tatate, if he was to get a win over Joe Cordina. So I think that will be the next fight for Núñez. The next fight for Núñez will be that mandatory shot at the winner of Joe Cordina or Anthony Tatate. But so relentless. A relentless performance from Eduardo Núñez. A relentless performance. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, see you later. And this will be uploaded after the Brentford versus Liverpool watch along. So take care and see you later. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments.